I would love to not have to give you two back-to-back pedophile stories, but unfortunately MAGA is ascendant, and so that sort of thing is gonna be in the news a lot. Let's start with this one. 2 weeks ago, Donald Trump, as you know, blanket pardoned all of those who tried to end our system of government on January 6th, including those who tried to beat cops to death. In one fell swoop, they were all free, all of them. Okay, and I stress the were there because the numbers of the freed are dwindling at a pretty shocking rate. You might have already seen this. One was arrested on a separate gun charge. One was fatally shot by police during a traffic stop. And now we have this. You can see him right there. That's Andrew Taake, I believe his name is. He's a 36-year-old, and he was taken into custody on Thursday after spending more than 2 weeks as a fugitive. You see, he had previously been charged with online solicitation of a minor, stemming from a 2016 incident in which he allegedly sent sexually explicit messages to an undercover law enforcement officer who was posing as a 15-year-old girl. And so somehow he evaded, I guess, the process for that long enough to then also attend January 6th. And there he was a busy little beaver. He apparently used bear spray and a metal whip to assault officers. And then he was caught after bragging about the incident to a woman he met on an online dating app. So just to clarify the caliber of person we're talking about here. He had already been caught by an undercover police officer when he was trying to hook up with a 15-year-old. Then he insurrected and immediately ran to the internet once again to brag about it online. And what do you know? He got caught. And so this is the sort of thing, this guy and his history, that if you actually cared about these people and whether they deserve time in jail or anything, you might have actually done a review of their individual cases, found out who they are, found out if they are, perhaps feeling like express guilt or remorse for what they had done. Maybe don't let out the most violent ones, those who already have other charges pending. But no, he had to have his fascist moment. His thing of, you did a terror attack on my behalf, and so you are all blanket out. And the issue is that this isn't just one violent pedophile. NPR has identified dozens of defendants with prior convictions or pending charges for crimes including rape, sexual abuse of a minor, domestic violence, manslaughter, production of child sexual abuse material, and drug trafficking. And Donald Trump pardoned them all. All of them, they're fine. It doesn't matter if you literally produced child pornography, Donald Trump set them free. And I don't think there's been nearly enough news coverage of that. Their faces should be all over the place because they have a Trump did that thing right below them, in my mind at least. And let me give you an example of one more and then we'll discuss. So Peter Schwartz, he had a jaw-dropping criminal history, they say, of 38 prior convictions going back to 1991 when he assaulted police officers with pepper spray on January 6th. And when prosecutors made their sentencing recommendations to the judge, they described the 1994 disorderly conduct case for throwing a lit cigarette at a victim, striking her near the eyes, it was a woman he was beating, a 2004 case for assault with a deadly weapon, a 2019 case for terroristic threats for threatening police while under arrest for domestic assault, and a 2020 case of assaulting his wife, including biting her on the forehead and punching her multiple times. Donald Trump said that guy must be free. And so he sent them out there. Now, I'm sure that guy is done criming. He did it for 3 decades and got it out of his system, sowing his wild oats with all that. But how is this not a bigger story? The pedophiles and the wife beaters and the child porn producers. Brett, what do you think?
If these guys successfully overthrow America and create something new, I do not want to see what the history books about it are going to say. It's gonna suck. Are they gonna mention people like this? Are there folks that are who's the Paul Revere? It makes me wonder whether Paul Revere was just the British are coming, but he spelled it with a U. That is how horrible these folks are. At least after the founders of America held slaves, it's horrible. But their writing was good. So when you read their writing, they're able to silo that horrible part of them. They aren't they didn't also do what the Trump side of everyone's doing. It was yo, racism rocks, dude. This is great. I'm so glad we think of people as property. They were like just siloing that part off and then writing about like lofty goals for democracy that still to this day, even in the person who's the most woke, is like, that's a good idea, you know? But these guys just, the utter horrible examples of human beings who then were turned like used as cattle and then lionized by the leaders. Like, this is so on the nose for that.
100%.
For them to just be such a, like the person who's tasked with turning around is like, I could do Elon Musk. I could say this fancy scientist made rockets that fixed the world. I can do Donald Trump. He was I can't really, he's not like, he didn't pursue the American dream, but I don't know. He had castles essentially, so that's fine. But these guys, I'm not sure how we can rewrite. I think they'll just write these guys out of history. These people who think that they're doing something so huge, they're not going to be mentioned if there's ever like a new Ameridum or whatever they want to call it.
Yeah, and it will definitely be dumb. But anyway, yeah, like this all needs to be pinned to him. I mean, look, a lot of people have been like mocking, like, oh, the law and order party and all that. And I don't think we should dispense with that yet. I do think you can still refer to the Republican Party as the law and order party, but I do think you have to make the hand job motion while you're doing it. Like, you can call them that, but you should definitely be doing the JO in the air as you do it.
But yeah, anyway, they call the most amazing thing is that they called the left wing like a party full of pedophiles.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's why this genre, it's disgusting because of what these people do and try to do. But this is, I mean, we could do every day, we could do a story like this. When you click the join button and become a tier 2 member, you get access to all of our weekly top 10 lists. What are you waiting for?